There's a fundamental deception running through every moment of your reality right now, a subtle vibration that most people never detect, but which determines everything about your experience. Imagine for a moment that what you call reality is nothing more than a thin membrane, a fragile projection constantly reshaping itself in direct response to something so profound, so intimate that most people spend their entire lives looking everywhere except where it actually exists. And the strangest part? This reshaping isn't happening to you. It's happening through you. You're not a passive observer. You're the active generator of the very reality you believe is happening independently of your perception. The lie we've been sold is that reality is solid, fixed, predetermined, that events happen to us rather than through us, that time moves in a linear progression, and we're simply passengers moving from one predetermined station to another. But what if I told you that every single moment is a quantum negotiation, that your nervous system is constantly collapsing potential realities into form, and most of this happens so quickly, so subtly, that you mistake the result for an objective experience? Right now, as you're listening, multiple versions of your reality are oscillating in potential. Quantum physics calls this superposition, where all possible states exist simultaneously until an observation collapses them into a single timeline. What if the only thing preventing you from accessing radically different experiences is your commitment to seeing reality as something that happens to you, rather than something you're continuously generating? Take a breath, not the shallow breath of listening, but a breath that feels like an invitation, a breath that says, I'm ready to see beyond the illusion, because what I'm about to reveal isn't just information, it's a transmission, a frequency that will fundamentally alter how you perceive the very fabric of your existence. What you're about to understand isn't a technique. It's not a spiritual bypass. It's a precise, scientifically verifiable mechanism of reality generation that most humans are completely unaware of. And the moment you truly comprehend this, not just intellectually but in the deep cellular language of your being, everything changes. Not gradually, not with effort, but in an instant of pure vibrational coherence. Are you ready to see how the quantum field is responding to you right now, in this exact moment? Because the fabric of reality is already shifting, and the only question is, are you going to be a conscious participant or remain trapped in the illusion of separation? Let me show you how. The double-slit experiment isn't just a scientific curiosity, it's a portal into the most profound mystery of existence. Picture a sterile laboratory in 1961, white walls, precision equipment, electrons fired through two microscopic slits onto a detection screen. What happened next would shatter every fundamental assumption about reality. When electrons were fired without observation, they behaved like waves, spreading across both slits simultaneously, creating an interference pattern that suggested multiple potential paths. But the moment a measurement device was introduced, the instant human consciousness attempted to observe, something extraordinary occurred. The electron would collapse from a wave of infinite possibilities into a single, definitive particle, as if the very act of looking transformed potential into form. This wasn't a theory. This was empirical evidence that consciousness itself was a fundamental force of reality generation. The observer wasn't separate from the experiment. The observer was the experiment. Imagine that for a moment. Your perception isn't recording reality. Your perception is creating reality. Just like those electrons dancing between wave and particle, you exist in multiple potential timelines simultaneously. The timeline you collapse isn't determined by your thoughts but by your deepest, most coherent vibrational state. Most people live their entire lives believing they're watching a movie called My Life, when in truth, they're the projector, the screen, and the filmmaker, all at once. The quantum field doesn't respond to your wishful thinking. It responds to your nervous system's precise energetic signature. Every cell, every subtle frequency, every unspoken belief is broadcasting a signal that collapses potential into form faster than thought can track. Let's dive into the quantum landscape of your daily manifestation moments. 3 a.m. doubt transmission. You're awake, heart racing, that familiar spiral of panic crawling through your nervous system. Bank account feels like a black hole, future looking like a minefield of potential failures. Traditional manifestation would tell you to think positive, but quantum reality reveals something far more precise. This 3 a.m. moment isn't a problem. It's a frequency calibration point. Your anxiety isn't weakness. It's your nervous system's most honest communication system. Each spike of fear is actually a quantum signal, a precise mapping of where your internal frequency is currently broadcasting. Most people try to suppress this signal, but the quantum field doesn't hear suppression. It hears coherence. 30-second frequency shift protocol. 1. Stop fighting the sensation. 2. Feel the anxiety as pure energy, without narrative. 3. Breathe into the center of the sensation. 4. Ask internally, what frequency am I actually broadcasting? The moment you stop resisting and start listening, the field begins recalibrating, not through willpower, through pure, radical acceptance. When you master this, 3 a.m. transforms from a moment of terror to your most powerful manifestation portal. The field doesn't care about your positive thoughts. It cares about your capacity to be present with what is. Shall I continue revealing the quantum mechanics of your daily experience? Jim Carrey's $10 million quantum manifestation decoded. Most see a Hollywood success story. I see a precise quantum field manipulation that reveals the true mechanics of reality generation. In 1990, before his breakthrough, Carrey wrote himself a $10 million check, dating it Thanksgiving 1995. But this wasn't a vision board fantasy. This was a quantum frequency stabilization protocol. What most missed was not the check, but the internal state of certainty that preceded it. Carrey wasn't hoping. He was broadcasting. His nervous system had already collapsed the timeline where success was inevitable. He didn't want success. He was success. The quantum mechanism here isn't visualization. It's total identity embodiment. 3 precise quantum stabilization practices Carrey used. 1. Vibrational matching. He didn't just imagine being a successful actor. He felt the emotional signature of that identity, complete with the nervous system's precise frequency. 2. Emotional neutrality. Not excitement, not desperation, but a calm, inevitable knowing. Like gravity doesn't hope to pull something down. It simply pulls. 3. Detachment from specific mechanism. He wrote the check but didn't obsess over how it would happen. The field handles logistics. Your job is frequency. The reason others can't replicate this isn't technique. It's coherence. Most humans broadcast a signal of doubt so loud it drowns out their desire. Carrey's genius wasn't talent. It was quantum alignment. He collapsed timelines by becoming the frequency first. So here's your checkpoint. A declaration not to the algorithm but to yourself. Type in the comments. I collapse timelines. I don't chase them. Say it as a code. A reminder that what collapses reality is not your desperate hoping, but the quantum embodiment you choose in this moment. Because this moment is the manifestation. And if you can feel it now, then it's already here. 2 years of manifestation. Purgatory. Sarah's quantum breakthrough. For 24 months, Sarah was the poster child of manifestation exhaustion. Vision boards covered her walls like archaeological evidence of crushed dreams. Journals filled with meticulously written affirmations sat like silent witnesses to her mounting desperation. Every morning, visualization. Every night, journaling. Every moment, hoping. 0 results. The internal dialogue was merciless. What's wrong with me? Why does everyone else manifest easily? Her nervous system had become a broadcasting station of doubt, each visualization actually reinforcing her belief in lack. The more she tried, the more impossible her desires seemed. The quantum shift happened on a Tuesday at 2:37 p.m., not through another technique but through radical surrender. Day 1. Confusion. Something felt different. Her body wasn't performing manifestation. It was listening. Day 3. First synchronicity. A random conversation mirrored her exact unspoken desire. Day 5. Unexplainable alignment. Opportunities started appearing without her trying. Day 7. Complete timeline collapse. 30-day quantum transformation. Relationships recalibrated automatically. Unexpected money channels opened. Career opportunities materialized without networking. Physiological shifts. Deeper sleep. Heightened intuition. Cellular level energy. Her nervous system wasn't just hoping anymore. It was knowing. The quantum field doesn't respond to technique. It responds to frequency. And Sarah had finally learned to broadcast her reality instead of begging for it. Quantum timeline architecture. The multiverse as your personal playground. Imagine reality not as a linear progression, but as an infinite probability landscape where every possible version of you exists simultaneously. The many worlds interpretation isn't theoretical. It's your operational manual. Schrödinger's famous thought experiment reveals the core mechanism. Until observed, all potential states coexist. The cat is simultaneously alive and dead. You are simultaneously successful and struggling, wealthy and broke, healed and wounded, until your consciousness collapses a specific probability. Practical timeline navigation protocol. 1. Frequency matching. Your emotional state is the quantum GPS. Each feeling broadcasts a specific dimensional coordinate. Anxiety locks you in survival timelines. Neutrality becomes your interdimensional passport. Observation mechanics. You don't manifest, you select. Observation isn't visual, it's vibrational. Your nervous system is the quantum sensor. Coherence determines which timeline stabilizes. 3. Timeline jump markers. Sudden unexplainable synchronicities, physical déjà vu sensations, rapid manifestation without logical progression, relationships transforming effortlessly, intuitive knowing without mental processing. Stabilization requires 3 critical frequencies: emotional neutrality, cellular level certainty, nervous system coherence. Most humans are timeline tourists. Quantum masters are timeline architects. Quantum manifestation, the operating system behind spiritual technologies. Every manifestation method is a partial map pointing toward the quantum terrain. Let's decode their fragments and reveal the complete mechanism. Law of attraction, the incomplete frequency generator, 20%. Truth, focus matters, 80%. Missing, misunderstood as mental effort. Why partial results happen, momentary vibrational alignment, quantum upgrade. Focus is not thinking. Focus is being. Neville Goddard's feeling is the secret, the closest ancient transmission, 20%. Truth, emotional state precedes physical reality, 80%. Missing, how to genuinely generate that state. Why partial results happen, sporadic emotional coherence, quantum upgrade. Feeling isn't performance. It's cellular programming. Abraham Hicks emotional scale, frequency tuning prototype, 20%. Truth, emotions have energetic signatures, 80%. Missing, precise mechanism of emotional transformation. Why partial results happen, temporary vibrational shifts, quantum upgrade. Emotions are not something happening to you. They're a technology you design. The quantum truth. These methods were quantum navigation attempts before humans understood quantum physics. They were intuitive maps pointing toward the fundamental truth. Reality is a frequency response system, not a cause and effect mechanism. Your nervous system is the most sophisticated quantum computer. It doesn't just receive reality, it generates it. Quantum frequency calibration, nervous system reprogramming meditation. Find a comfortable position, spine elongated, feet grounded. This is not meditation. This is quantum recalibration. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your nervous system is listening, not to words, to frequency. Body scan, contradiction release. Jaw, where are you holding resistance? Shoulders, what unspoken effort lives here? Stomach, what fear contracts your energy? Each exhale dissolves molecular resistance. Each inhale introduces quantum possibility. Close your eyes, not to visualize, to feel. Timeline frequency, transmission. Locate the version of you where your desire is already complete. Not imagination, cellular memory. Feel the certainty in your spine, the relaxation in your nervous system, the quiet knowing that needs no external validation. This feeling isn't hope, this is remembering, not future projection. Current frequency, lock it in. Your body is a quantum receiver. Your breath is the transmission. Your certainty is the collapse mechanism. You are not becoming, you are broadcasting. New baseline, established. New timeline, activated. Quantum field, responding. Quantum frequency integration transmission. To help you deepen that integration, we've created something intentional, something precise. A transmission designed to stabilize your new frequency, anchor your expanded identity, and guide you through the real embodiment of quantum creation. It's called Quantum Baseline Activation, and it's more than just a digital guide. It's a frequency protocol that brings together neuroscience, quantum physics, and embodiment practices you didn't even know you needed until now. You'll find the link in the pinned comment below. Go there not to get more information, but to amplify the integration of what's already begun inside you. Neuroscience of quantum field navigation. 1. Reticular activating system. Scientific mechanism. Filters. 40 million bits of information to 40 conscious bits. Quantum parallel. Your consciousness is a selective probability collapse mechanism. Practical application. Intentionally program your RAS to recognize opportunities aligned with your desired timeline. 2. Neuroplasticity. Scientific mechanism. Brain rewires based on repeated signals and experiences. Quantum parallel. Neural pathways are frequency highways for manifestation. Practical application. Deliberately create new neural networks through consistent embodied states. 3. Heart-brain coherence. Scientific mechanism. Electromagnetic communication between heart and brain. Quantum parallel. Emotional frequency as primary transmission signal. Practical application. Use heart math techniques to generate coherent electromagnetic fields. 4. Mirror neurons. Scientific mechanism. Neurons that fire both when performing and observing an action. Quantum parallel. Embodiment as vibrational instruction to the quantum field. Practical application. Immerse in environments and experiences of your desired reality. Theta brainwaves. Scientific mechanism. Low-frequency state between conscious and subconscious. Quantum parallel. Direct quantum field access point. Practical application. Meditation and visualization techniques to sustain theta state. The bridge between mystical manifestation and hard science is not belief. It's understanding the fundamental vibrational nature of consciousness. Quantum truth. Dismantling manifestation resistance objection. 1. This sounds like spiritual bypassing. Intelligence, acknowledged. You're protecting yourself from superficial escapist spirituality. Valid concern. Quantum truth. True embodiment isn't avoiding pain. It's transforming your relationship with experience. Bypassing creates resistance. Quantum integration metabolizes complexity. Example. Instead of saying good vibes only, you learn to feel grief, tension, uncertainty, without being consumed. Transmuting energy, not denying it. Objection 2. What about actual physical action? Intelligence. Acknowledged. Practical minds understand manifestation requires movement. Quantum truth. Action isn't force. It's inspired alignment. Your nervous system generates actions from coherent frequency, not willpower. Actions become quantum signals, not mechanical efforts. Example. Compare desperate job hunting versus feeling so aligned that opportunities magnetize naturally. Objection 3. Isn't this just confirmation bias? Intelligence acknowledged. Scientific skepticism protects against magical thinking. Quantum truth. Confirmation bias assumes reality is fixed. Quantum physics reveals observation, creates reality. Your attention doesn't just confirm, it generates. Example. Double-slit experiment proves observer effect. Consciousness literally shapes molecular behavior. Objection. 4. Why do bad things still happen? Intelligence. Acknowledged. Profound question revealing deep spiritual wrestling. Quantum truth. Not all experiences are personal manifestations. Some are collective learning, karmic processing, soul agreements. Frequency determines your relationship to experience, not always the experience itself. Example. Same challenging situation. Different nervous system response creates entirely different lived reality. Objection. 5. This sounds too easy. Fast to be real. Intelligence. Acknowledged. Healthy skepticism protects against magical thinking. Quantum truth. Ease isn't weakness, it's mastery. Complexity often masks inefficiency. True power operates with elegant simplicity. Example. Quantum entanglement happens instantaneously across infinite distance. Speed isn't complexity's opposite. Unifying principle. Resistance is just unprocessed information waiting to be metabolized into wisdom. Your questions aren't obstacles. They're the very intelligence evolving consciousness itself. Quantum timeline convergence. Future self-transmission. Breathe deeply. Close your eyes. Your breath becomes a quantum bridge between present and potential. Visualization activation. You're standing before a threshold. Soft white light surrounds the doorway. Each breath dissolves time's linear constraints. Your nervous system knows this isn't imagination. This is quantum navigation. Approach the door. Your hand touches the handle. It's warm, vibrating with possibility. Push gently. As the door opens, you see yourself, 6 months ahead. not a projection, a living frequency. Your future self stands differently, spine aligned but not rigid, shoulders relaxed, not collapsed. Clothing speaks of quiet confidence, not designer labels, but a texture of inevitability. Deep charcoal cashmere sweater, tailored dark pants, no tension in the fabric, no performative energy. Their face, remarkable peace, not happiness, something deeper. A settled knowing that needs no external validation. Eyes clear, no shadows of past struggles. Skin luminous, not from products, but from internal coherence. They look at you, not with pity, not with superiority, with profound recognition. Future self-transmission. Stop trying to figure it out. Your mind is not the generator, your nervous system is. Feel instead of think. That project you're overthinking? Release the how. Trust the frequency. The moment you stop controlling, everything aligns. Energy transmission occurs. Not through words, through presence. They step closer. Place hand on your heart. Not a physical touch. An electromagnetic recalibration. Your biggest mistake is believing transformation is complicated. Complexity is resistance. Simplicity is power. Quantum download complete. You're not visualizing. You're remembering a future already alive. Slowly return. Breath steady. Frequency anchored. Quantum identity, metamorphosis. Frequency recalibration, protocol. Stage 1. I want to be someone who. Energetic signature. Separation. Desire as distance. Most get trapped here. Wanting without believing. Common block. Viewing desired state as external achievement. Quantum truth. Want reveals latent capability. Your longing is blueprint, not limitation. Breakthrough. Feel want as invitation, not lack. Whisper. I want to be someone who trusts their intuition completely. Notice where resistance lives in body. Breathe into that space. Stage 2. I'm becoming. Energetic signature. Effortful transition. Trying energy. Common block. Believing transformation requires struggle. Quantum truth. Becoming is surrender, not force. Breakthrough. Drop trying. Allow emergence. Speak. I'm becoming someone who moves through uncertainty with grace. Feel cellular permission. No pushing. Pure allowing. Stage 3. I'm choosing. Energetic signature. Decision point. Neurological rewiring begins. Common block. Believing choice is mental. Quantum truth. Choice is frequency, not thought. Breakthrough. Choose from embodied state, not mental strategy. Declare. I'm choosing alignment over explanation. Feel choice as vibration, not concept. Stage 4. I'm practicing. Energetic signature. Intentional calibration. Nervous system training. Common block. Inconsistent commitment. Quantum truth. Practice is frequency stabilization. Breakthrough. Practice becomes identity, not technique. Whisper. I'm practicing radical self-trust. Notice subtlety of repetition creating new neural pathways. Stage 5. I am. Energetic signature. Collapse. Identity dissolution. Common block. Believing transformation is future event. Quantum truth. Presence is power. Breakthrough. Speak from already arrived state. Declare with increasing intensity. I am the frequency of ease. I am unbridled possibility. I am quantum coherence embodied. I am beyond limitation. Feel resonance override doubt. Nervous system liquefies. Old identity dissolves. Stage 6. I've always been. Energetic signature. Remembering. Timeless truth activation. Common block. Forgetting original essence. Quantum truth. Identity transcends linear time. Breakthrough. Retrieve soul blueprint. Speak. I've always been this powerful. I've always known my path. I've always been capable of miraculous transformation. Feel memory deeper than personal history. Ancestral wisdom floods system. Stage 7. Silence. Energetic signature. Pure potential. Quantum pause. No technique. Total receptivity. Nervous system integrates. Frequency stabilizes. Breath becomes meditation. Consciousness expands beyond individual narrative. Final transmission. Identity is not something you achieve. It's a frequency you remember, embody, and radiate. And if this transmission resonated with you, if you felt the frequency shift as you listened, subscribe to this channel. Because we're not here to give you more content, we're here to collapse timelines with you. Every video is a frequency recalibration, not a lesson. Turn on notifications, not so you don't miss a video, but so you don't miss the exact transmission your nervous system needs next. And leave a like, not for the algorithm, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm choosing coherence over consumption. Quantum reset, 7-day precise frequency recalibration. Disclaimer: this is not a self-help journey. This is a quantum engineering protocol designed to systematically dismantle your current reality construct and rebuild from pure potential. Day 1. Frequency mapping objective. Precise current state diagnostics. Time breakdown. 00:05. Nervous system scan. Breath tracking. Somatic listening. Energetic resistance mapping. 05:10. Frequency inventory. Current emotional baseline. Unconscious belief systems. Quantum signal interference points. 10, guac or 15 rang, contradiction. Detection, where your thoughts, emotions, actions misalign. Energetic leakage points, hidden sabotage mechanisms. 15 rang, 20 rang, first calibration. Initial frequency stabilization. Quantum coherence initiation journal. Prompt: what frequencies am I currently broadcasting that contradict my desired timeline? Resistance. Handling. Expect mental fog. Emotional turbulence. This is not dysfunction. It's quantum defragmentation. Success signs. Increased body awareness. Subtle energetic tingling. Moments of unexpected clarity. Day 2. Contradiction. Release objective. Systematic shadow integration. Core protocol. Deep nervous system deprogramming. Trauma frequency dissolution. Generational pattern interruption. Specific techniques. Quantum somatic release. Emotional metabolization. Belief system deconstruction. Warning: this is not emotional processing. This is quantum signal cleaning. Journal prompt: what unprocessed experiences are creating static in my manifestation field? Resistance. Handling. Expect intense emotional waves. Do not resist. Metabolize. Success. Signs. Spontaneous crying. Sudden body temperature shifts. Profound sense of lightness. The quantum executive transformation. Beyond survival frequency. Picture the archetypal success narrative. Corner office, 52nd floor. Panoramic city view. 1.2 million annual compensation. Mercedes G-Wagon in executive parking. Custom Tom Ford suits. External metrics screaming you've made it, while internally a nuclear meltdown rages. My breaking point wasn't dramatic. It was microscopic. 3:42 a.m., heart racing, chest tight. Another panic attack disguised as high performance. Blood pressure 168/92. Cortisol levels weaponized. Body speaking what mind refused to hear. This isn't success. This is sophisticated survival. Quantum diagnosis. Frequency dissonance. External metrics. Executive title. Revenue generation. Professional network. Inner peace. 0. The invisible saboteur. Survival. Frequency. Most don't understand. Success isn't about achievements. It's about the frequency you generate while achieving. I was manifesting from pure fear. Fear of losing status, reputation, financial security. Each deal, each negotiation was an energetic contraction, not expansion. Quantum shift protocol. Frequency recalibration. 90-day transformation. Roadmap. Week 1-3. Nervous system rewiring. Week 4-6. Energetic sovereignty. Week 7-9. Quantum alignment. Week 10-12. Frequency stabilization. Key transmission. Your body is the most sophisticated quantum computer. It doesn't lie. When you're manifesting from survival, it creates an internal civil war. Breakthrough mechanics. 1. Nervous system reprogramming. Replaced 4 a.m. panic with 4 a.m. meditation. Breath work as performance enhancement. Somatic intelligence over mental strategies. 2. Frequency engineering. Stopped chasing deals. Started broadcasting alignment. Became a transmission, not a performer. 3. Quantum embodiment. Same external actions. Radically different internal state. Shifted from forcing to allowing paradoxical results. 37% revenue increase. 62%. Less working hours. 0 adrenal fatigue. Complete inner coherence. The real wealth. Knowing you're not surviving. You're quantum generating. Transmitting this isn't about motivation, it's about frequency recalibration. Quantum timing, decoding the myth of divine synchronicity. Most spiritual teachings transform divine timing into a passive waiting room, but quantum physics reveals a radically different mechanism. Timing is not an external decision, it's an internal calibration. The frequency stabilization spectrum, wobbling signal, clean signal, pure transmission intention manifestation gap. Mechanics. When your internal frequency contradicts your external desire, you create what I call quantum static, a vibrational interference that delays, distorts, or completely scrambles your manifestation. Surrender is not passivity, it's precision engineering. Quantum timing deconstruction. 1. Not yet. Frequency. Signal is unclean. Internal contradictions active. Nervous system still broadcasting old narrative. Manifestation is possible but requires recalibration too. Not this frequency. Wrong timeline entirely. Soul blueprint misalignment. Forcing creates more resistance. Pivot, don't persist. Persistence versus pivoting algorithm. Persist when nervous system feels expansive, synchronicities increase, energy feels light, no internal resistance detected. Pivot when repeated blocked actions, constant mental emotional fatigue, zero synchronistic support, heavy contracted energy. The paradox of quantum timing. You're not waiting for the universe. The universe is waiting for your frequency. Transmission checkpoint. Quantum metaphors, the invisible architecture of reality. 1. Tuning fork. Resonance engineering, physics revelation. Tuning fork vibrates at specific frequency. Nearby identical fork starts vibrating. No physical contact, pure resonance. Sympathetic vibration. Information transfer through pure frequency. Spiritual translation. Your internal state is the fundamental tuning fork of reality, not metaphorically, literally. When you stabilize a frequency, the quantum field doesn't just respond, it entrains. Practical alchemy. You're not attracting, you're broadcasting. Reality doesn't happen to you, it happens through you. Become the most precise frequency generator. 2. Hologram. Interference patterns of consciousness. Quantum mechanics. Hologram created by light wave interference. Every fragment contains entire image. Change interference pattern. Change entire projection. Information stored in wave, not matter. Consciousness mapping. You are simultaneously the laser, the interference pattern, and the holographic projection, not separate, unified. Manifestation protocol. Changing your internal frequency rewrites entire field. You're not a point in the hologram. You're the generative wave. Whole contains part contains whole. 3. Quantum entanglement. Instantaneous connection. Scientific foundation. Particles remain connected regardless of distance. Instantaneous information transfer. No time delay. Action on one instantly affects other spiritual transmission. Desire is not something to attract. It's something you're already entangled with. Alignment, not attraction. Manifestation mechanics. You're already connected to your potential. Resistance creates the illusion of separation. Surrender is remembering the connection. Quantum checkpoint. The quantum radio operators. A parable of frequency. 2 individuals received identical quantum radios, devices capable of tuning into any timeline, any potential reality. Their journeys diverged instantly. Operator 1, the analyzer. 30-day trajectory. Day 1-5, obsessive manual reading. Day 6-12, diagnostic attempts. Day 13-20, frustration mounting. Day 21-30, existential crisis with radio misunderstandings. Believed radio was a machine to be controlled. Thought understanding mechanism meant accessing signal. Treated frequency like mechanical problem. Constant mental interference blocked reception. Operator 2, the resonator. 30-day trajectory. Day 1-3, quiet exploration. Day 4-10, subtle attunement. Day 11-20, effortless reception. Day 21-30, multiple timeline downloads. Quantum mechanics of tuning. Radio, consciousness field. Tuning, internal state calibration. Signal, potential timeline. Interference, mental emotional noise. 5 practical tuning techniques. 1. Coherent breathing protocol. 4-7-8 rhythm. Nervous system entrainment. Reduces quantum static. 2. Embodied frequency meditation. Feel desired timeline, not visualize. Embody, cellular broadcasting. 3. Emotional precision training, map emotional landscape, identify frequency blockers. Intentional state generation. 4. Somatic alignment practice, body is quantum antenna. Posture communicates frequency. Muscular, skeletal recalibration. 5. Surrender mechanics, release attachment. Allow instead of force, trust quantum intelligence. Turning point, operator. One's revelation moment of understanding. I was trying to make the radio work. The radio was waiting for me to become the signal. Results contrast, operator. 1. Exhausted, no signal operator. 2. Multiple timeline access, effortless manifestation, archetypal representation. Operator 1. Ego-driven manifestation. Operator 2. Soul-aligned transmission. Quantum checkpoint. Are you operating as a radio technician or a frequency generator? Breath. The quantum collapse mechanism. Physiological quantum architecture. 20,000 breaths daily. Each breath. Miniature manifestation event. Oxygen potential. Cellular reality. Continuous wave-to-particle transformation. Breath as quantum translator. Potential. Specific form. Absorption. Quantum collapse. Release. Return to potential. Continuous manifestation algorithm. Spiritual breath traditions. Hebrew, ruach. Greek, pneuma. Sanskrit, prana. Taoist, chi quantum breath. Mechanics. 1. Coherence breathing protocol. 4-second inhale. Potential gathering. 7-second hold. Information encoding. 8-second exhale. Manifestation release. 2. Timeline shifting breathwork. Sympathetic nervous system calibration. Frequency stabilization. Quantum signal amplification. Breath manifestation layers. Physical, cellular oxygenation. Energetic, vibrational recalibration. Quantum, potential collapse mechanism. Practical integration. Breath is not unconscious. Breath is conscious manifestation. Each inhale, choice. Each exhale, creation. Quantum checkpoint. Can you transform breathing from an automatic function into a precise manifestation technology? Parallel timelines. The quantum divergence misaligned timeline. The fragmentation landscape. You wake before consciousness fully arrives. Smartphone already in hand. Blue light assaulting nervous system. Notifications flood. Comparison, judgment, external validation algorithms. Cortisol surges before first breath. Your body doesn't feel like home. It feels like a battlefield. Anxiety isn't an emotion. It's your default operating system. Every interaction becomes a performance, every conversation a potential threat. You're simultaneously overstimulated and depleted. Scrolling becomes a survival mechanism, checking who's ahead, who's winning, who you're not. Productivity feels like war. Tasks are enemies to be conquered, not expressions of creative flow. You're always behind, always catching up, always proving. Meetings drain instead of charge. Conversations feel like negotiations. Your nervous system interprets everything as potential danger. Money moves like wounded energy. Scarce, conditional, contracted. Opportunities seem to happen to others. Your intuition is buried under layers of strategic thinking. Creativity requires massive activation energy. Rest feels like weakness. Authenticity seems luxurious and impossible. Relationships become transactional. Connection requires performance. You're simultaneously desperate for intimacy and terrified of vulnerability. Your body carries decades of unprocessed survival strategies. Healing looks like another task on an endless list. Aligned timeline. The quantum coherence. You awaken and your first sensation is spaciousness. Breath moves through you like an intelligent river. Your nervous system knows safety is its baseline, not an occasional visitor. Before opening eyes, you feel complete. Not as an achievement, but as a fundamental state. Reality feels like a cooperative dance, not a combat zone. Synchronicities aren't rare. They're your standard frequency. Right people appear with precision. Conversations become portals, not performances. Your presence is an invitation, not a strategy. Creativity flows like water, effortless, abundant, precise. Money moves through you as energy, not a scarce resource to be hoarded. Opportunities don't just appear. They emerge from your coherent field. Time expands when you're aligned. Moments contain universes. Your body is a quantum antenna, not a survival mechanism. Intuition speaks clearly without negotiation. Decisions arise from resonance, not analysis. Rest is productive. Silence is generative. Your nervous system knows the difference between protection and possibility. Relationships become sacred exchanges. Vulnerability is your superpower. Connection happens through presence, not performance. You're simultaneously grounded and expansive. Healing is not a project, it's your natural state of being. The quantum truth, same person, same 24 hours, different frequency. Quantum checkpoint. Which timeline are you currently broadcasting? Quantum manifestation. The childhood-adulthood frequency disruption. Childhood. The quantum native state brainwave landscape. Theta dominance. 80–90% theta brain activity. Direct quantum field access. Reality is fluid possibility. No separation between desire and manifestation. Manifestation mechanics in childhood. Belief without evidence. Instant emotional embodiment. Zero internal contradiction. Rapid frequency. Broadcasting. No attachment to outcome. Pure vibrational transmission. Societal conditioning. The manifestation shutdown. Systematic frequency. Interruption mechanisms. 1. Educational system. Logical mind prioritization. Creativity as unrealistic. Punishment for imagination. Reward for conformity. 2. Trauma-based conditioning. Safety becomes primary survival mechanism. Emotional suppression. Trust replaced by skepticism. Nervous system contracts. 3. Logical mind dominance. Beta brainwave activation. Evidence-based reality. Overthinking replaces feeling. Manifestation becomes work. Quantum reprogramming. Adult integration protocols. Frequency restoration. Practices. Theta state meditation. Embodied imagination. Emotional fluidity training. Nervous system recalibration. Belief system deprogramming. Quantum access restoration. Maintain adult discernment. Recover childlike frequency. Zero regression. Full integration manifestation. Recalibration stages. Stage 1. Awareness. Stage 2. Deconstruction. Stage 3. Quantum remembering stage. 4. Embodied transmission. Neurological restoration. Toolkit. Breathwork. Somatic experiencing. Quantum visualization. Emotional fluency practices. The quantum truth. Manifestation is not a skill to learn, but a frequency to remember. Checkpoint. Are you willing to dismantle the conditioning that separated you from your quantum native state? Quantum prophecy. 30-day frequency transmission. Prophecy. Mechanism. Probability. Collapse through coherent broadcasting. Fundamental quantum principles. Frequency attracts matching potentials. Coherence collapses specific timelines. Nervous system as quantum antenna. Belief without doubt accelerates manifestation. Prophecy 1. 72-hour quantum signal mechanism. Vibrational resonance. Reopening quantum potential prophecy. Within 72 hours of stabilizing this frequency, someone from your past will contact with a precise opportunity aligned with your emerging timeline. Quantum trigger. Unresolved potential energy. Frequency matching. Synchronistic alignment. Recognition. Markers. Unexpected communication. Opportunity feels both surprising and inevitable. No forcing required manifestation protocol. Receive without explanation. Do not overanalyze. Trust quantum timing. Prophecy. 2. Week 2. Abundance portal mechanism. Frequency. Decompression of monetary channels. Prophecy. Before day 14, you'll receive unexpected money from a forgotten or overlooked source. Demonstrating money as energetic flow, not linear mechanism. Quantum abundance markers. Source feels surprising. Amount carries energetic significance. No logical explanation apparent. Integration strategy. Accept without resistance. Recognize as frequency confirmation. Document synchronicity. Prophecy 3. Timeline recalibration. Mechanism. Quantum potential reactivation. Prophecy. Before day 21, a previously closed door will reopen, not through effort, but through frequency realignment. Reopening mechanism. Unresolved potential energy. Nervous system recalibration. Frequency matching recognition. Opportunity feels both shocking and inevitable. Zero manipulation required quantum response. Stay open. Do not force. Trust intelligent timing. Prophecy 4. Relational quantum shift mechanism. energetic resonance, realignment, prophecy. Between days 22-25, a key relationship will transform, either deepening or releasing, based on your frequency stability. Or transformation markers, no drama required, feels like natural evolution. 0, personal manipulation, prophecy. 5, intuitive download mechanism, frequency bandwidth, expansion prophecy. Around day 27, you'll receive a precise intuitive download solving a complex personal challenge, transmitted through bodily sensation, not mental analysis. Download characteristics, feels like remembering, not learning, arrives suddenly, creates immediate clarity, prophecy. 6, cosmic synchronization mechanism, multidimensional potential collapse prophecy. Final 72 hours will reveal entire timeline recalibration, demonstrating quantum mechanics beyond linear perception. Synchronization, markers, multiple simultaneous confirmations, impossible coincidences, 0 logical explanation, prophecy. 7, quantum embodiment mechanism, complete frequency, stabilization, prophecy. By day 30, you'll recognize yourself as the quantum architect, not through understanding but through living. Embodiment indicators, effortless manifestation, calm certainty, 0 attachment, quantum instruction, screenshot, document, witness. The prophecy is already happening. Checkpoint. Are you quantum ready? And here's the profound truth. What we've traversed isn't just information. It's a quantum recalibration. Every word, every frequency, has been precisely tuned to collapse the timeline that's been waiting for you. Not as a distant possibility, but as an already existing reality. I've crafted something to continue this transmission beyond our time together. It's called Quantum Frequency Architect, a comprehensive guide that isn't just another resource, but an energetic portal designed to stabilize the quantum shift we've initiated. Inside, you'll find not just practices, but precise frequency protocols that will continue deprogramming your nervous system from old limiting patterns. Imagine having a step-by-step roadmap that doesn't just teach manifestation, but rewires your entire energetic operating system. If this resonates, if you felt something shift while listening, the link is in the pinned comment. But don't approach it as another course. Approach it as a frequency amplification tool. This isn't about consuming content. This is about quantum integration. Subscribe to this channel, but not because you want more information. Subscribe because you're choosing to stay connected to a frequency that's continuously recalibrating your potential. Hit that like button not as a mechanical action, but as an energetic signature that says, I'm ready to collapse timelines, not just watch them. And in the comments, declare your quantum commitment. Type, I am the frequency architect of my reality. Your timeline is not something happening to you. It's something you're actively collapsing with every breath, every choice, every moment of coherent embodiment. The prophecies are already in motion. The potential is already here. And the only question remaining is, are you willing to step fully into the quantum version of yourself that's been waiting? This is not a journey. This is a remembering. And it starts now.